Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Menkler, good ball fake, gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit. Goes down the lane, double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup, and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Big guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the clock! Well, hello, everyone, and welcome here to Exeter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. A few technical difficulties at the top of the broadcast, but we should be good to go moving forward. Trinity and Exeter, two teams perennially on the short list of contenders in Division I. Trinity comes in red hot, 8-3. And winners of 5 straight under head coach Ray Farmer. Exeter coming off a big win, 64-59 at Portsmouth, to improve to 6-4. As we get right to it here, Justin, both teams looking to get off on the right foot here in this first quarter. And Exeter will do that by scoring just seconds into the game from Nate McNeff.
I'm a huge fan of those early tip plays where you try and get a basket off the jump ball. It's kind of fun. Usually when you have a guy you can lob the ball to and get a dunk, that wakes everybody up.
There's a three. Short up the front iron by Evan Dunker, wearing a new number tonight. Normally number 14 is donning number 12 in blue.
Ooh, I better make that change.
Exeter a 2-0 lead. Trinity opening up here in a man-to-man defensively.
I was kind of hoping that Trinity would employ that new wild and crazy trapping zone.
It's Devon Ellis. He's also in a different number tonight, number 3.
What is going on here?
As opposed to his normal number 2. McDuff, he's 2 for 2 from the floor. He puts his team back out in front 4-2 with now a minute gone by. There's a crossover by the sophomore Kevin Doherty. He's cut off. And Trinity will regroup here. took on the initial offering, followed his own miss, and draws the first foul of the game.
Yeah, if you watch, as you watch the offense go, that was a high cut, like off the top of the line, the flex cut. So that's sort of a shuffle cut up high.
Foul on Devon Ellis. So a rare Wednesday, January.
These makeup days, you think? Is that what these are?
Could be.
Makeup days. Wednesday's weird. Always a weird day.
Of the action took place last night, statewide. Meanwhile, a full court press after a 1-for-2 trip there from Thibodeau. No problem for Trinity. 3 out of the corner is good for Doherty.
Got to guard him. He's a shooter.
Missed one from that spot a moment ago, but not going to miss many.
No, you have to guard him. They have several players. 3-point shooters.
Meanwhile, Whalen's pass is intercepted. Here's Sean O'Neill, the sophomore, going to pump the brakes and pull it back out for the Pioneers as Trinity looks for their first lead across the lane. Torres, too strong off the glass.
Almost. Good pass.
Rebound for Brady Rogers. Goes back door, but the pass off target ends up out of bounds in the corner. So after a strong start for Exeter, a couple of back-to-back turnovers. And again, the door open for Trinity to take their first lead here.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. Maybe if it's a good defensive play, but you just don't want to get rid of it on your own without any kind of defensive pressure.
Nearing the midway point, first quarter. Step back 2 for Ellis, no good. Back iron, tipped alive, and then tracked down by O'Neill. O'Neill ventures into the paint. He's got the leaner. Found the touch.
The big fella, Sean O'Neill, going in the paint with a rebound and a 6-7 footer.
Sophomore. Played well this year. Started as a member of the reserve unit, but has crept into the starting lineup recently. Meanwhile, a foul is called against Trinity.
Looked like Dunker might have grabbed him. They called the grab.
So they go against Dunker. And that's the second Trinity team foul. Dunker's first. A mini 5-0 run here for the Pioneers as Exeter looks for a bucket. They can't get it. Instead, another steal for Ellis, his second of this first quarter, leads to a wide-open layup.
Good steal and an easy wide-open layup. Ellis, aggressive early offensively, too, as well.
Couple of buckets for the 4-year starter, Devon Ellis. Leaning into a left-handed shot is McNeff. That won't go. Ellis the rebound. McNeff tips the pass. Ends up getting stolen by Greco. Goes to the rim. Can't hit the fade. Ellis has the board. Doherty. They're going to wave it off at the travel.
There's foot shuffling again. You know what? You got to step into it as you're getting the ball, as you're taught. Catch it, shoot it. Don't move those feet. Is that 5 turnovers already for Trinity that I have, I think?
We've got 4 each way, but yes, it's been a defensive effort here over the last several minutes. Seems like we got started off on an offensive footing, but the defense has caught up here.
Here's where we see the patience of their offense. They can run pick and roll off the flex set.
Pioneers staying a man-to-man. Been several minutes since Exeter has scored. Three-pointer will change that. A good look from the wing for McNeff, who has shouldered the offense here for the home team. He's got 7 for the Blue Hawks.
That was a positive jinx on your part. A rare positive jinx. Oh, no, that's an offensive foul.
And that's number 2 on Dunker.
He was waiting. Dunker's going to have to sit down. That's not what you want. You don't have one of your shooters take a break.
It was the 5'8 guard, Joey Duarte, who drew the charge. He just checked in for Exeter. The senior making things happen there on the defensive end. So the Blue Hawks with it. Chance to retake the lead here, down 1 as we hit the 3-minute mark, first quarter. Inside Greco, outside Duarte, three-pointer in the hole.
Wow, they're doing it. They're trying to look like to me they're trying to go inside to their bigger players and then work the kickouts. So when you get collapsed on the bigger players, they're kicking the ball out and getting really nice looking wide open shots.
There's a good slash for Torres, his second field goal.
A young fella, aggressive early as well today.
The freshman. There's a backdoor bounce pass for McNeff. That'll end up another bucket.
English, you see a little spin on that? Old man shot right there, a little spin. I like that.
He's got 9. Meanwhile, Ellis's drive is cut off by a second defender. Doherty looks to bail him out up top, behind the back, into the lane. Outside for O'Neal, who's ready on the wing. Three-pointer is short. Greco has another rebound for Exeter. 2-point lead for the Blue Hawks as Duarte goes up and under, too strong.
Yeah, it's a tough shot.
Doherty the rebound. O'Neal, the trailer, Doherty for 3. Inside out. And the rebound for Jack Cartwright is his first for Exeter. Final 100 seconds. Backdoor.
Oh, great cut.
Greco his first 2.
Great pass on that. You know, you want that to be a bounce pass, but we'll take it. We will take it.
Duarte the assist.
Duarte coming off the bench, contributing early, and just smart play on that one, on the backdoor cut.
Long-time Exeter head coach Jeff Holmes on his feet trying to direct the defense. Ellis a step through, bank attempt won't go. McNeff has the glass.
Tough shot.
Duarte for Greco. Did he travel?
He did. He did.
Shuffled the feet on the catch. They're going to wipe out the basket. It's Exeter's 5th turnover. And a number of substitutions now coming on for both teams. Jamar Gregory Aline is on for Trinity, the sophomore guard. He'll join Doherty, Torres, O'Neal, and Ellis. For Exeter, we get a look at Matt Yang, the 5'6 senior guard. Here's Jack Cartwright up top. He's got the steal. Up ahead, this is Billy
There
Ellison.
they go.
And again, it's a travel.
Feet don't fail me now. They failed me that time.
So Ellison with the travel.
That is really, you know what? I've never seen so much traveling this year. I was talking to a coach the other day, West coach, Rich Otis, and he talked about, we were just talking about jump stop, right? The simple jump stop, 2 feet. Another one, another travel.
Yep.
But we talked about it. Jump stop on 2 feet. Guys are stopping 1 foot at a time, and then that first foot automatically becomes your pivot foot. So they slide that foot instead of jumping 2. Then you can pick one, right? And whatever one is more comfortable. If you jump stop on 2, you can pick the one you want. Guys are not doing that anymore. That's a UCLA thing. 2-footed jump stop, you know?
How do you counter that if you're a coach?
I would do old school, and I told this to Coach Otis too. That's old school. You line them up, down the baseline, three lines, and you say, all right, we're going to jump stop at the free throw line, half court, free throw line, full court. We're going to jump stop, then we're going to reverse pivot, but we're going to always stop on 2 feet.
Meanwhile, down to 10 seconds here.
But that would be our warm up, and we do it until we go slow, and then we would sprint. I did it throughout my entire high school and college career because my college coach played at UCLA.
Ellis with the steal, trying to beat the buzzer, and he will with a 3.
Oh, he got a 3. I thought maybe his foot was over the line. Nice shot, Devon.
So the senior will end things on a high note for Trinity, but the first quarter belongs to Exeter. A 1-point lead for the Blue Hawks, 17-16 after 8 minutes here in Exeter. Right back for quarter number 2 in a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Exeter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Blue Hawks, 1 point surrendered, 7 unanswered to Trinity, but finished that first quarter strong. And despite a buzzer beater by this man, Devon Ellis, Exeter held the 1-point lead. Now that 1-point lead belongs to the Pioneers. Ellis has come out ready to play, it seems like. He's got 3 steals defensively, 4 field goals on offense, including that buzzer-beating 3. Come up with a team-high 9 points.
And right there, you just saw that. And there's another travel. That's one more we've seen. That's already 4, I think, on Trinity this half. But we see the 1-2-2 full court press turns into the half court. They're trapping early, and what happens? Exeter turned over the ball right away on the last possession.
Now we're going to see a zone press here from Trinity.
Right into a man. They went right into a switching man almost in that one.
Shot no good. Ellis the rebound up the sideline for Doherty. Across the paint. Catch on the run by Connor Bishop was not clean. It's a travel.
I wasn't sure that was a travel. He looked like he caught it and stepped and was going to shoot the layup. I think maybe if he would have shot it, he would have been okay. That's
Both
5.
teams have been bitten by the turnover bug here in this first half.
Travels, though. The travel calls are incredible, though. You know what that is, though? I think I mentioned this before. That's just, they don't call that in AAU very often, because if they did, there wouldn't hardly be a game. They travel all the time, and the kids get into bad habits because of that. And these refs call it because they don't have to worry about trying to speed the game along.
Inside, strong finish. That's Jack Thibodeau. He's gotten off to a good start. 6'7" center.
He's improved
With
already.
5 points in this first half. The sophomore has looked good.
He already looks more confident than he was early on in the season. Already more confident.
Doherty down the lane. Bishop thought about it. Ellis will pull the trigger, and that's good.
Ellis, I'm telling you, he's feeling it tonight. He is feeling it.
Looking to score the basketball. He's in double figures with 12. And again, the Pioneers look for pressure out of this 1-2-2. It's broken, and Thibodeau ends up with an easy one.
Now that can't happen. The guy in the back, the defender in the back, has to react to that and try and get a steal and make sure they're moving side to side. You have to see the big fella in the back. That was way too easy once they got past the front of the trap.
Ellis trying to stay hot, and he will.
Heat check.
It's another from downtown. His third of this first half. Pioneers with their largest lead. Thibodeau going to cut that in half.
Thibodeau's having a field day. They just can't seem to get back and stop him. They're breaking the press by going to the middle, and then he's wide open underneath.
Thibodeau joins McNeff for high-scoring honors for Exeter, 9 apiece. Ellis for 3 again. Back iron miss. Tried to keep it alive with a tip, and he does. As his teammate Talon Gregory Aline, who just checked in, is going to track that down. Ellis wants a one-on-one, goes to the spin move. Extra pass, sets up Doherty. Going to knife into the lane. Inside out. Gregory Aline draws a double team. Pass tip, top of the key. And then thrown towards the Exeter bench out of bounds. A good defense there by the Blue Hawks. They forced the 10th Pioneer turnover of this first half. And we'll have a chance to tie or take the lead here as we move towards the midway point of this second quarter.
They are in the lead, but they have 10 turnovers. Right now you can't have 10 turnovers against Exeter. They're too smart. They'll take advantage of that as the game goes on if they continue to turn the ball over.
Coach Farmer's going to come back with Evan Dunker despite the 2 fouls. Meanwhile, the 3 is too strong. As McNeff looks skyward after the miss.
It's a bold move putting Dunker in with 2 fouls with half a quarter left. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to try and take charges right now. You don't want to try and do anything to get yourself in severe foul trouble. They need him on the floor.
Here's Ellis. Inside out, 3-pointer, up and in for Torres. Now the freshman showing you the range there. He's got 7.
I like Torres. He's getting better and better as well.
Largest lead either way at 28-23.
There are too many guys on this team, though, with the same haircut, and I have trouble telling who's who when they shoot sometimes.
Skip pass intercepted.
Got to throw that over the top.
Gregory Lean up ahead for Dunker. He's met at the rim by McNeff. Forced to miss. Gets his own miss. Goes back. And is knocked back. Ball ends up with Exeter. McNeff up and under. Draws the contact.
Good draw. I mean, in that case, too, what do they call it, Doherty? Doherty was jumping straight up, but it was, while Neff is coming through at the basket, so it kind of, that was not really a bad foul. That was just, he just jumped straight in the air. That was tough. That's a tough one.
First foul of this second quarter either way, and the first on Doherty. Meanwhile, McNeff got off to the hot start in really the opening minutes, had 9 points in that first quarter. Free throw will give him 10.
Yeah, he came out firing. And Thibodeau's played really well, too. They're giving Thibodeau's still in there. Almost got a rebound.
Too strong on the free throw attempt. Dunker gets to the glass. Quick shot the other way, swallowed up by Thibodeau. Exeter trying to make it a one-possession game, a one-point game. If that drops it will. It's Brady Rogers got a good look from straight away, his first field goal.
I think he might be one of their leading scorers as well. I think that's his first shot today, right?
I believe so. Got a one-point game. It's gone back and forth throughout this first half. We're down to 3 minutes remaining until halftime.
A rare 3-2 zone from Exeter. I like that, though. 3-2 zone for me, you got to get out in the shooters and the wings. Now you got to attack the corners and the top. Gaps, where are your gaps, right? Where are your gaps? Gaps are corners and at the very top.
High-low, or low-high in that case. Dunker, the elbow J.
Oh, wrong guy at the numbers.
Meanwhile, a weaving move off the dribble for Cartwright. Tough shot.
What a floater. That was a nice little floater. I didn't think he was going to shoot that. I thought he was going to pass.
Some bench points for Exeter.
3-2 zone one more time.
Trinity's lead down to 1. Torres trying to get out of the corner. Dunker whips it down low, and there's the layup for Doherty, and a quick timeout.
Good pass.
Is going to be called by Coach Holmes. So a little bit of breathing room for Trinity as they establish a 32-29 lead with just over 2 minutes to play in this first half. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams trying to break out of that 5 to 8 range in the Division I standings. Trinity began the day in 4th with an 8-3 record. Exeter, following a road win the other night, they're 6-4.
Nice shot.
Count this one for Jack Cartwright, who has all of a sudden gotten hot.
Right, he came in, boom, out of nowhere.
4 points over the last 2 possessions and a chance for one more at the free throw line, trying to tie the game. We're now inside of 2 minutes to go in this second quarter.
I'm going to go old school right now and say Cartwright could be the Blue Hawks version of the legendary, who am I thinking of, Detroit Piston.
Vinnie Johnson.
Vinnie Johnson, the microwave.
Yep. Meanwhile, a jump ball comes off the free throw, and the possession arrow is going to keep things at this end with Exeter. So another chance for the lead as Coach Holmes calls out the play. Coach Farmer, hands in his pockets, watching this 2-3 zone. Three-pointer. A little too deep for Rogers, kept alive by Thibodeau, but ultimately it's Ellis on the window for Trinity. The trailer is O'Neal. Back to Ellis. And now the Pioneers will run their set here.
Back to a man for Exeter.
Dunker finds Torres in the corner, and that three is in the hole.
That's a good-looking 3-2. Torres, I'm telling you, Torres has gotten better and better every game. Very impressive so far early.
He's got 10 points. Well, Exeter going to break the press and finish at the iron. Harry Conway, he just checked in. Exeter bench contributing in this first half. Conway with his first 2.
Can't keep pressing if that keeps happening.
Dunker got a good floater.
Only because you don't want to keep pressing this hard, working this hard. Now they're in a 2-2-1. So, again, your back defender's got to be ready, and you got to make sure you stop those cuts and those easy baskets.
This one batted across the lane. Drive by McNeff. Nobody there at the rim. McNeff, the lefty, goes off the glass. We get a 2-point game again. 40 seconds remaining first half.
And that time the press did its job, but they didn't, you didn't get to stop on the drive to the basket.
Been a quick moving first half. Only 2 fouls called total in the second quarter.
That's very, very fast moving for us. We always see games where they're almost there in the bonus almost every quarter, at least one team.
In real time, a 22-minute first half. Drive and kick. Torres is staying hot.
Torres having a game.
Got 13. Trinity's lead back to 5, and we're inside the final 7 seconds.
They don't see the clock right now. Exeter doesn't see the clock.
Greco does. Will pull the trigger and knock down an elbow J to beat the buzzer.
Good finish, and way to be on top of the clock. I didn't think they saw it. He did.
So we saw Devon Ellis beat the first quarter buzzer. And then it's Nicholas Greco of Exeter brings us to halftime with the 15-footer. So, 40-37. In a blink and you missed it. First 2 quarters.
Wow, that was quick. I'm going to get home early tonight. Woohoo!
Both teams plenty to talk about. And we have plenty to talk about as well. We'll go over some scores from last night. A couple of games in action across the 4 divisions tonight as well. And, of course, a complete recap of this first half with stats, highlights, and analysis. More in a moment. 3-point game at the break. Trinity 40, Exeter 37. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
They've got a 3-point game at halftime. Trinity looking for their 6th straight win. Out in front of Exeter 40-37 following a very fast-moving first half. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams, came out hot in the opening minutes. Turnover problems.
Yes, absolutely.
Affected both teams for a stretch, but pretty clean the final few minutes of that first half, and a few guys on both squads caught fire towards the tail end of that second quarter.
We have a lot of turnovers, both sides. I think 10 and 10. Maybe you have a couple more unofficially, officially. And free throw-wise, Trinity shot 0 free throws in the game, which means, you're either not attacking the basket like you normally do, and you're relying a lot on outside shots, which they have, and they shot well, whereas Exeter has shot 5 free throws, which isn't, really, if you look at it, that's not that big of a disparity, 5-0, but there's been some fouls. Dunker's in foul trouble with 2 fouls. Early he was. And then Thibodeau, I thought, played really well with 9 points and a few rebounds. And, he's gotten better. But Trinity doesn't really have a big guy, per se. They play small, and they rely on their quickness and their press. And today their press is sort of giving up some easy baskets along the back side of the press. But at the beginning of the press, at the top, they're doing a pretty good job. But you've got to deter that pass down the baseline for easy layups. Otherwise, why press if you're going to keep giving up layups?
Well, some of the totals from that first half. Trinity's Devon Ellis looked like a one-man wrecking crew at times. Had 3 steals in the first quarter. Beat the buzzer with a 3-pointer.
He's best I've seen him shoot.
Ends up as the high man on either side with 15 points. Had plenty of help from the freshman, Jordan Torres, who is in double figures as well with 13. One player in double figures for Exeter, that's the junior guard, Nate McNeff, who had 9 of his 12 points in that first quarter, but a pretty balanced effort up and down the roster for Coach Holmes. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his players scored in that first half.
And that's good. That's what you want. You want balance. Now you got to get some stops, and you have to make sure that when Trinity does press again, that you're ready and you get some easy baskets out of it, which they have. They just have to get some stops now. Trinity and Ellis has been on fire. I've not seen him shoot threes like that. I've seen him go to the basket and get fouled and shoot free throws, but I have not seen him shoot threes that well. But they got it. Both teams have to cut down the turnovers. Trinity wants to get to the foul line. You have to get to the foul line occasionally. You can't rely entirely on outside shots. And I don't know. I think this game is one of those games, too, that might just come down to the wire. It's going to be very close. It could go either way. It's a 3-point lead for the visiting team. Home team's going to come out on fire, at least trying to play hard early to try and, take the lead and make this, you want to make your home crowd happy. You got some little dudes that were playing at halftime that they're watching their older, maybe siblings and older, some guys that they really want to, they want to be here someday, so they want to play well for everybody here at home. But Trinity's played well on an away floor, which Exeter is a hard place to play.
Yeah.
Holmes is a good coach. He really is. He knows how to make adjustments. A lot of coaches don't make adjustments. They just kind of, you do the same thing and hope for the best. Well, if you have better players than everybody, you can do that. But Holmes always makes really good adjustments, I think, and I'm curious to see what he does in the second half.
It's an Exeter team that's been up and down really all season. One of their better performances so far came back on Friday night, a road win at Portsmouth by a 5-point margin of 64-59. That win puts them at 6-4, right in the hunt.
So we have 8-3 versus 6-4 tonight. So they'll be tied if Trinity wins. Right, they're in a tie. Right?
No, Trinity would still have a half-game lead.
They'd be 8-4, and then 7-4. You said 6-4. Why do I keep thinking 7? I keep 7 is in my head. That didn't. Wow, extra games here and there, right? We're behind all these weird weather, snowpocalypse days we've had.
Yeah, it's been a snowy January.
No, I'm not happy about that.
Meanwhile, Trinity, as we mentioned, winners of 5 straight. This is also their 3rd straight road game, so a chance to kind of tidy up that business before returning home on Friday. And if they can hang on here again at 9-3, they're within shouting distance of the top spot. Of course, everybody trailing defending champion and unbeaten Bedford.
Everyone now.
Who is 12-0. And, of course, Pinkerton is in that group now as well. They caught their first loss on Friday night against Dover. So the Astros are still certainly in the mix at, or rather with just one loss, but nonetheless, first place for now is Bedford's and Bedford's alone.
But you now sense a little bit of vulnerability. We didn't. They were scoring 90 points a game. They didn't get 90 the other day, last night, or the other night. They didn't get 90. And they didn't get 90 last night against Memorial either. I think they got 70. So the scoring's down, and they've lost a game. And then now you see a vulnerability there. What is the vulnerability? We don't know yet because we really haven't seen them play. What, did they not shoot well?
Well,
we got to see.
Here's the good news. We're going to see them Friday.
Yes, we are. And we'll be able to figure that out then.
When they play host to Wyndham.
And Wyndham could bite them.
Here's Doherty. Count it. And the foul.
Free throw. There's your free throw right there.
Kevin Doherty, the sophomore, held somewhat in check in that first half with 5 points, but
he
looked determined on that one, going right to the rim, draws the contact, and a chance to make this now a 6-point Trinity lead for the first time.
And he was a standout freshman last year for them, too. We watched them play, and he played really well at home when they played, I think, Bedford and a couple on the road at Bedford. He played at home a couple times really well. You know, you have a guy like Bike who gets all the attention. You're going to get some shots, lots of shots.
Yep.
Tougher when you're the man, though. This year you come in, you're going to have to get your own shot.
Here's a three. Brady Rogers able to square up, knocks down his second from deep. Inside out, Torres trying to match from straight away. That won't go, and Greco's got his fourth rebound. Minute gone by, third quarter. Exeter, chance to tie it with a 3-ball. Instead, they'll settle for a 2, but the shot is blocked by Doherty. Long outlet pass, trying to free up Dunker. Good hustle by McNeff to bat it away. And it'll be Trinity ball.
Dunker was lucky. He pulled his hands back quick, because that ball could have gone off those fingertips on that tip pass. See if Trinity tried to get a nice shot out of this out-of-bounds play. Didn't get a shot that time. Got to screen someone. You know, that's one thing, too. This is not Trinity. This is everybody. Nobody screens anybody anymore. Everybody just kind of runs by and just sort of drifts. And you hope you make some contact.
O'Neal driving kick. Torres is ready. 3 won't go. Ellis tips it to keep it alive, and Dunker's got the rebound.
Good tip.
Spin move by the senior. His pass, though, broken up by Rogers.
Got to shoot that. Got to keep playing confident. Shoot it.
Coach Farmer going to call it the play. Both coaches have, for the most part, been on their feet here all night. Coach Holmes going to take a rare breather on the chair at the head of the bench. Coach Farmer remains standing. Ellis gives a jab step right in front of the first-year head coach. This bounce pass, though, is ruled out of bounds. It hits the baseline.
That's a hard pass, Nick. That's a really hard pass. All the way across the floor. He's throwing from one corner to the other. That's a tough pass. Can't be made most of the time.
Pioneers had 10 turnovers in that first half. It's their first since. Nearly 2 minutes into this third quarter. Still a 3-point bulge at 43-40. McNeff, back door, trying to find a Whalen. That one denied, but a foul first.
Body foul, perhaps. Looks like he got the ball up top, though. Free throw time for Exeter as well.
So Whalen will head to the free throw line. 6'1" senior. Trying to become the 8th different Exeter player to score tonight.
And still one free throw now to 7. Thought we might have a bigger crowd tonight. People are probably sick of being inside after all these cold days.
2 for 2.
See, now they're cut 1-point game, right? They haven't had a 1-point lead. So Exeter trying to come out, take the lead quickly, get back get ahead, play from ahead, not from behind.
Neither team is led by more than 5. Good layup there for Doherty. That'll push the margin back to 3.
Aggressive.
Doherty has matched his first half total already in this third quarter. Meanwhile, another 3 from Brady Rogers. Comes from the same spot that he hit one from a moment ago. Meanwhile, O'Neal will pull the trigger.
Right back at you.
O'Neal, only a lone field goal in that first half. Knocks down the trifecta to make it a 3-point game yet again. Meanwhile, McNeff, no. Greco, yes.
Big, that's size. That's size, strength.
Dunker inside out. Ellis down the lane, back to Dunker for 2.
Good pass. That's the only thing that might hurt Trinity going forward is the size. They lack a bit of size.
Whalen kept it alive and finds Thibodeau.
Thibodeau is a very thankful receiver of many passes tonight, getting 5 easy baskets.
And now the sophomore Jack Thibodeau is in double figures with 11 for Exeter. 1-point game again.
That was the press, though. Again, they did okay early, almost caused to create a turnover, and then leave a guy open underneath. So they're not communicating well defensively right now. They're not talking. So I'm sure Coach Farmer would encourage them to talk to each other and let people know where people are.
There's another give and go. Ellis to Dunker for 3. Dunker with 5 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and there's Thibodeau.
All right, keep going. Find the basket, right? Find the basket. Rogers with a good assist.
Sophomore having a field goal near the rim.
Absolutely. Got some size. He's 6'7", big kid. We saw how he did against, the big fella from Pinkerton. Just wasn't thick enough. He, too big. But in a game like this, Trinity doesn't have any size. This is a money game for him.
Inside out, Doherty for 3.
Now they're starting to shoot better. Shoot all as a whole, shooting well.
And the Trinity press nearly
almost
came up with a takeaway. It'll stay with Exeter. Back to a 5-point game again. That's been the high water mark. Midway through, third quarter. Trinity looking for their 6th straight win. Exeter trying to make it 3 out of 4. Spin move for Greco. Wrap-around pass. And somehow Whalen is wide open.
Nice pass. Got lost on defense a little bit. Great pass. Good fake, though, too. Did you see that turn and fake? Good fake. Crowd somebody thought there was traveling. No travel. That was a good move on the pivot foot.
Meanwhile, Coach Holmes continues to switch up the defensive looks here as Exeter falls back to a man-to-man.
Yeah, they've done it a few times. Yeah, I like when teams can switch from zone to man effectively.
This one tipped out to Rogers. Up ahead for McNeff, takes on 2 defenders. The leaner won't go. Skying rebound for Greco, keeps it alive. Rogers for 3 is off target. And Doherty finally clears the glass for Trinity. Up ahead, Torres, back to Doherty, down the lane for 2.
Good quick move.
A slashing move.
All of a sudden he has 14 points? 10.
They had 5 at halftime.
16.
2.5 to go.
He missed his free throw, right? The one free throw they shot, he missed. So that's another turnover. Oh, good call on the timeout. They're down 5. So Trinity has not let up. They're shooting better now, I think, than they did in the first half.
Both teams picking up a little rhythm here.
Yes.
In this third quarter. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Presented by Beals Insurance. We're right back at it Friday night. Wyndham and Pinkerton. 2 teams, as we mentioned, amongst the shortlist contenders, I'd say, in Division I. Wyndham has caught a lot of folks by surprise. They looked good when we saw them last month.
No, they did, no doubt.
So make sure you're tuned in Friday night as the Jaguars visit the Astros. Meanwhile, three-pointer won't go. The rebound belongs to Exeter's Joey Duarte, who just checked back in. Pioneers trying to make it a one-possession difference.
We got a good one tonight. Close game, but you're right. I want to see Wyndham as Wyndham grows. Wyndham has a new coach, right? So they're growing a little bit, trying to figure out how to play under their new coach, and I think they're going to continue to get better as well.
Inside out, ready to fire is Cartwright. That one goes around the rim, and Ellis has the rebound. O'Neal, middle of the floor, thought about it. Kicks instead to the corner where Doherty is ready. That one too strong. Rebound tipped out to Whalen, goes up the sideline for Duarte. McNabb lost it off his knee.
Oh, wait. Now, see, that looked like he got hit a second time off his foot. Did you see that? I think that ball should belong to Trinity in that case. Good tip, but then it bounced off his foot.
Officials are going to keep it with Exeter.
If we had our replay right now, our wizard would see that, and he would point that out right away.
Well, the audience can see the replay.
Oh, the audience might be able to see that.
You and I are in the dark.
Right. We are, but we're okay because we see all. It's okay. We see all.
Meanwhile, a good job by Dunker. Jumps the passing lane, gets a piece of that one.
So, if the Wizard can put that on and show that, I think it went off his foot. So that was a tough one. Ref, that's tough to see, though. You're a ref and there's only two of you. That's a tough one.
Been a good job tonight by the officials, Bob Benjamin and Greg Norris. Meanwhile, the layup won't go for Dunker. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Trinity.
Throw it down, big man. What? No, that's all right. Dunker wants to. I've seen him dunk. He can throw that. Throw it down.
He's athletic.
No, your name is Dunker. Throw it down, baby.
The junior, the Bedford native. He's played well all season. Trinity by 5. Looking for their largest lead here on this trip as we head towards 1 minute to go in this third quarter. Coach Farmer has got his finger on the pulse of this offense, but not on that one.
A little too much dribbling, we say. Too much dribbling.
It was off of O'Neal's leg, out of bounds. So again, Exeter looking to make it a one-possession game. Coach Holmes is back on his feet, trying to orchestrate on the offensive end.
That's tough. Look how far out they are past the volleyball line to stop the offense from that far out. You can't make that flex cut or that shuffle cut pass with that far out.
Meanwhile, a jump ball.
Stay here, right? Yep.
Jamar Gregory-Aline has returned and forced the tie up there in the paint for Trinity.
This is the best view we've had of the possession arrow, I think, yet. You notice that? The other games, I haven't seen the possession arrow very well. In some games, like even at Bedford, I couldn't see it. Now I can see it.
They got it right at the scorer's table.
Where it should be, so people like us can see. Oh, no.
Meanwhile, nobody home. Dunker leading a 3-on-1, finds Doherty for the layup.
Good pass. Good pass. Evan.
7-point game for the first time. Down to 20 seconds, third quarter, and suddenly this Trinity bench is alive. You can see Ellis taking a rare break, leading the cheering effort at the head of the bench.
Yeah, right now, Exeter weirdly looks a little befuddled and kind of out of sorts.
Got to travel.
Another turnover, 14 of those puppies already. Yeah, that's unusual for an Exeter team like that to look a little out of sorts offensively.
So the last shot may belong to Trinity, down to 5 seconds.
He has 3 bench players in, though, too.
Here's Dunker. Finds Doherty. Desperation heave goes off the back rim, and that will do it for the third quarter. A good one for Trinity.
Absolutely.
They score 20 in the frame, and they extend what was a 3-point halftime lead to a 7-point edge as we head towards the fourth quarter. Is it Trinity's night? Will they win their 6th in a row?
Looks that way now.
Or does Exeter find some home court magic in the upcoming fourth quarter? We find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Exeter. Trinity leading the Blue Hawks 60-53. It's the largest lead tonight for the Pioneers as they look for their sixth straight, trying to improve to 9-3. Exeter, winners of 2 of their last 3, hoping for their 7th win tonight, but they're going to have to do it from behind. Meanwhile, O'Neill, good look, but a little too deep for the junior. Offensive rebound, Torres, no. This one bats off the backboard before it's finally corralled by Cartwright for Exeter. Well, both teams, some turnover trouble in that first half. Saw a couple of buzzer beaters at the end of the first and second quarters. Exeter trailed by 3 at the break. Trinity got a lift in that third quarter from the sophomore Kevin Doherty. Had 11 of his 16 come in that third quarter.
Yeah, really.
And it's now
good
the game's
third
high
quarter.
score.
Really good third quarter.
Here he is. Well, Exeter has mixed things up defensively. We've seen Coach Holmes sprinkle in some zone, but it's been primarily, I suppose, man-to-man.
Yeah, and Trinity shot pretty well, especially in the second half. Overall, a lot of guys are making shots.
O'Neill cut off in the lane. Doherty finds Dunker. Patient possession here. Coach Farmer going to call for motion. Dunker is going to go by the defender. Finds Ellis. Whips it down low for Torres. The freshman not quite ready, and he ends up out of bounds.
Bad spot for him, though. He kind of caught it and didn't know what to do, like sort of a no-man's land situation. We got 15 and 13 turnovers. 15 for Exeter, 13 for Trinity. That's a lot of turnovers. But we knew that Trinity would have turnovers. They did the last game when they played. But they created so many turnovers the other day when we saw them against Merrimack. And I think that today you can't be very happy by turning the ball over 13 times. They're not getting a lot of pressure from Exeter.
Majority of those, though, came in the first half.
They did. That's
so we
16.
have seen both teams clean it up a bit, that possession notwithstanding.
That was the old run out of bounds, run back in, and he caught the ball before somebody else touched it. Well, I don't know, though. I thought you had to establish position back in bounds, right? You could run out of bounds, but don't you have to reestablish position in bounds?
I think you have to have 2 feet, yeah.
2 feet. He was all the way in, 2 feet, caught the ball. So that's an unusual turnover or unusual call. I'd look that one up.
Meanwhile, 2 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Trinity leading by 7. They're in no hurry.
No, this is smart. Use the clock. There's no shot clock, and there should be here in New Hampshire.
It's going to force Exeter out a little bit here defensively.
But you can do this. You don't have to force anything.
Skip past Dunker.
Oh, man, good save.
Doherty ran into a double team. The steal by Rogers. Nobody home on the pass attempt. It's tracked down by Thibodeau. Well, Rogers goes into the lane, back outside. Thibodeau ready in the corner. The sophomore left it short, and a foul is called on the rebound against Ellis.
He was moderately off balance. That'd be neat replay as well. I think he got bumped a little bit, but he was standing with his feet right next to each other, and I think he just tipped on a little bump.
Well, nobody's in foul trouble.
No, we haven't had hardly any free throws. We've had 1 free throw for Trinity, and we have 7 free throws for Exeter.
It's the second on Ellis. Here's a 3 for Rogers, up and in.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't done a whole lot of other things, but don't leave him open. Right now, don't leave him open.
He's hit 4 3-pointers. That accounts for all 12 of his points.
Yeah,
the senior guard has hit a couple from way downtown as well.
He has, and they didn't rattle, they've been straight through.
Got a 4-point game again. Meanwhile, Trinity yet to score.
There's been some warning. There's a warning over there on the coaching staff. Not a Coach Farmer, but the staff, the bench.
It's a kickball.
A little yapping going on. You don't want to do that right now. You want the refs on your side, right? You always want to say be positive for the refs. If you're any young coaches watching, I know you want to yell at them because you're angry, but they're working hard, and it's a very difficult game to call. If you've never reffed a game before, do it before you yell and scream at guys.
Good point. Here's Ellis to the rim. The rim betrays him. It goes in and out. Thibodeau clears the glass, and now Exeter. The chance to make it a one-possession game. McNeff's going to hoist a 3. Goes off the front iron, and Dunker has the weak side rebound.
I think they shot that a little bit too early.
O'Neal back to Dunker, a couple feet behind the three-point line. That won't go. Thibodeau the rebound. The outlet pass broken up by Dunker. And what do they say here? They're saying...
We get Trinity ball,
yeah,
I think.
they're going to say
turnover.
last touch by Exeter, so good play by Dunker. Meanwhile, Trinity has not scored in this fourth quarter, which is nearly midway through.
Yeah, and they're up 4, and you don't have to. You know, you can run your offense over and over again as long as you don't get 5-second calls. Don't turn the ball over. Just be patient. Don't force anything.
Dunker finds a crease. Wide open on the weak side wing is Ellis. That won't go. McNeff out of a crowd for Exeter. Again, a chance to make it a one-possession game. Rogers for three. High arcing miss. Tipped by Greco.
That ball might have hit the wire.
Cartwright the rebound. Another shot here for Exeter. Step through move for Greco.
Nice
it's a two-point
move.
game. Greco is starting to put together a pretty good all-around game here. 8 points, 6 rebounds for the junior forward, and that's going to lead to a timeout from Coach Farmer.
He's played well. I think, you know, I didn't expect that. He's played really well. I don't remember him much against Pinkerton. I don't, you know, I think, well, they got beat pretty bad, but he's played really well. Thibodeau, the sophomore, has played outstanding, making all those easy two-footers. A couple of them been a little tough. If they can overcome this 17-turnover situation and win this game, that's a huge mental victory for you.
And a win for Exeter would mean 3 of the last 4. It would put them at 7-4 and right back in the hunt to host one of those pivotal first-round tournament games, as we know.
Let me ask you a question then.
Sure.
Do you think that – I don't want to play Tony Romo. What do you think, Jim? What do you think? Would you do it, Jim? I don't know. What do you think, Jim? They could throw it, they could pass it, they could run it. I'm trying to figure out if sometimes when you're ahead and you play all of a sudden not to lose, you lose. And the lead you have, which was 5 a minute ago, can creep up because you're not playing the same way that you played for the entirety of the game. Now, they did take that shot a minute ago on that kick-out 3. Dunker shot one, but they haven't shot very much. They haven't scored this quarter because they've been moving the ball around and trying to slow the game down. But if you don't play that way the entire time, what do you think? I mean, that's tough to do.
As you brought up moments ago, it's a fine line. Without a shot clock, you've got a chance to protect the lead. You want to shorten the game in the fourth quarter with the lead, but you got to stay aggressive as well. So
it's hard to do that, to tell players to all of a sudden just say, hey, we're not going to try and shoot now. We're going to hold the ball. And that's what they're doing. They're not really forcing any shots. They're not attacking the basket right now. Right? No 5-second calls. You don't want to get that. But right now, Exeter just has to get a turnover or 2.
Ellis settled with a 12-footer.
That's helpful. Right there, that's helpful.
He had 15 in the first half. It's his first bucket since.
Yeah, he's been very quiet here in the second half.
It's a big bucket, and it comes with just over 3 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. 62-58. Now Exeter trying to answer the bell. They go inside. One dribble and a finish for Greco.
If they did that, if they just took their 2 big guys and went inside here frequently, they'd score almost every time. They're both too big. Thibodeau and Greco are too big inside.
Greco listed at 6'3", Thibodeau at 6'7". Ellis looking for help from Dunker. And now here's Doherty. O'Neal. Ellis, the pull-up. Hit it from that spot a moment ago, but it's a back iron miss. Greco, his game-high 7th rebound. Chance for Exeter to tie or take the lead. They're going to stay with Greco. Going to go inside, try to bank it, couldn't get it. Tipped out to O'Neal, and Trinity's got it. Down the lane, O'Neal, nope. Offensive foul.
Well, he was waiting there for him when he went to the basket. That's what you don't want to do. They haven't forced anything, and you know, O'Neal could have probably pulled that back out, taken his time. I think Greco just felt like he could score no matter what. Like, no matter what would happen on that one, he's going to go one-on-one and try and score.
So that's the second foul on O'Neal. The junior, I misspoke earlier, called him a sophomore, but the junior now with 2, Trinity with 2 team fouls. in this fourth quarter. Rogers wants to lead. That one too deep. Offensive rebound. Short by Whalen. And then Ellis out of a crowd for Trinity.
Whalen come from on that rebound. Good rebound inside.
Couple of good shots there for Exeter, but they come away empty.
Parker hits that. Or, I'm sorry, Rogers? Rogers. He hits that. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point Exeter lead.
Got a 5-second violation.
That's what you don't want right there, because now we're playing not to win, or not to lose. I'm sorry, not to lose. And that's hard to do.
That got the Exeter student section excited.
I don't care what level you play. That's really difficult to do, to try and just say, okay, we're just going to hold it. Unless you're up by like 30 and you want to play that way, that's fine.
Meanwhile, we're heading down the stretch. Final 80 seconds. 2-point game. Exeter looking to tie or take the lead. Greco, double pop is going to tie it off the window.
Greco, wow.
Able to hang and score.
How about that?
Just come alive here in this fourth quarter.
Tie game.
Exeter trailed by as many as 7 earlier in the frame. Coach Farmer wanted a timeout. The pass was intercepted, but I think the timeout came first.
Yeah, I think he called it first. They're going to have a discussion, but I think he called it before that.
The officials, Bob Benjamin and Greg Norris, get together, and they do say that the timeout came first. So Trinity dodges a bullet. They will have it with now 54 seconds remaining. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, full recap, analysis. We're going to try to nab the winning coach for a live interview up here in the stands as well. So don't go away.
Don't go away for this one. No way.
And that's, of course, all assuming that this thing ends after 4 quarters. We may see overtime, which, of course, will bring you as well.
We are trending because, you know what's going to happen? The game went so fast that we're trending toward overtime because it went so fast, and now we're tied. So
yeah, just a 62-minute game so far in real time. As this one tipped off at 6:30 on the East Coast. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. 48 hours or so from now, we're back at it in Derry for Pinkerton Wyndham. So set the clock for that one. It's a 6 o'clock start on Friday night.
6 o'clock start.
Yeah, it's early.
Oh, why? What's up with that? Are they doing one of those combined girls game, guys game, varsity kind of?
Not sure.
One of those kind of things. Some girls coaches, the ones that are, like the Bedfords and the who's really good this year in the girls program, Bedford, Pinkerton girls. Yep. They don't want to give up their home court, neither one of them. So I don't think they wanted to do that. But
62 apiece. Final 45 seconds. Trinity has played with the lead most of the way.
Well, they're going to wait and try and get the last shot, which is, again.
They may be thinking that. We're down to 30 seconds. Suddenly the Exeter crowd comes alive, chanting defense. Blue Hawks in a man-to-man.
You don't want to turn the ball over, right? Now you just got to play regular basketball.
Ellis wants it. He's going to get it between the circles. Looks at the clock. We're down to 15 seconds.
I think each team says that each team has 3 timeouts left, too, so don't foul now.
Down to 10 seconds. And there's the timeout from Coach Doherty. Coach Farmer.
Well, you know what you can do, though, too? If I'm Coach Holmes right now, I'm fouling. You got 5 fouls to give. They have 0 fouls right now in this quarter. So if I'm watching, they start to attack the basket, I'm going to foul. They pass the ball in again, I'm going to foul after a second. Pass the ball in again, I'm going to foul, and the game's over.
You got to do it very judiciously, though.
You do. No, you do.
Can't get them in the act.
No, but if when they pass the ball in and you give them a dribble and you go foul, because you have 4 fouls to give. So I can use all 4 of those fouls every 2 seconds.
Right.
And then that last shot they're going to have to take is going to be a real difficult shot.
Right.
But obviously you're not going to foul them on the shot. But some coaches won't do that, though.
Right. Because the risk, in my mind, would be if the other team smells it coming.
Yes, and they might.
And if so, they go into a shooting motion knowing that the foul is coming. All of a sudden you're at the line. So we'll see how Coach Holmes wants to play it defensively here.
Because you can foul way far away from the basket. Ball goes inbounds, you force everything out high. As soon as the ball gets past inbounds, you get 2 dribbles and you foul.
So let's see what happens. Game tied at 62. 9 seconds to go.
Here's
O'Neal.
1, 2,
He's got
3.
McNeff on him. Puts it on the deck with the left hand. Picks up the dribble. Over to Torres,
right
up top for Ellis, down to 2 seconds. Three-pointer to win the game is off the target. The tip is off the glass. However, it came late.
Oh, what a great tip. I know it came late, but what
it
a great
came
tip.
after the buzzer. The officials are going to talk about it.
Yeah,
but
that's no basket. I love the effort, but no basket.
Certainly from our vantage point, it seemed like it came afterwards, and we are headed, I believe, for overtime here.
We just said that, right? You could have fouled, though, early, twice. You could have got him twice, and the game would have been over, too.
All right, 62 apiece. Hang on. We've got another 4 minutes of action on the way as overtime is coming up.
That feels like how this game should end, though, in overtime. It's been that close.
Yeah.
And then, again, they played not to lose. How many points? Okay, they scored 2 points in that quarter.
You're right.
It was 2 points.
Scored 60 through the first 3 quarters.
They scored 2 points. And
led 60 to 53.
Yeah,
and then Exeter wins that quarter by a grand total of 9-2.
Yeah, you can't play that way and try and again, it's the hold-on factor. Now guess what? Now they got to play again. You got to change the way you play one more time, and now you got to play to win again because you got 4 minutes. And if you get ahead, just keep playing to win.
Yep.
Because I've been in that situation before, and I've tried that, and it has almost bitten me in this case. And as a coach, I'm like, I can't do that again. Can't do it.
Well, credit Exeter as well. They trailed most of the evening.
They did. No, they haven't. They played
really well. As we mentioned, down by as many as 7. Spearheaded by Nicholas Greco in that fourth quarter. He's in double figures with 12, working on a double-double by my unofficial count, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Thibodeau and Torres. Tip won by Exeter. Rogers goes right to the rim. No. Thibodeau tried to keep it alive. O'Neal now trying to pivot. And he draws a reach-in foul in the backcourt against Rogers. So Rogers will be hit with his second. And believe it or not, Exeter not called for a foul in that fourth quarter.
No.
Not heard many whistles tonight. O'Neal, count it, and the foul.
Good move. Good hesitation move. He got him.
Found a little bit of sunshine along the baseline, leans into the contact, and the junior finishes with the right hand. So the Pioneers score first here in overtime. Foul goes against McNeff. And it's his first. Free throw, though, is no good. It's tipped out of bounds, and Exeter will have it. Down by 2.
They've only shot 2 free throws, and they've missed 2 free throws. Oh, those could be huge. Just a 1 free throw could be huge.
Yeah, you're right. Pioneers did not shoot a free throw in the first half. Only 1 in the second half. And then the 1 miss right there from O'Neal. McNeff traveled. There's that double team. The second defender, Ellis, came over. And McNeff lost his balance. You can see the junior is a little frustrated.
Nah, he wanted a foul. He thought he got hit and couldn't really tell from up here.
Trinity looking for breathing room. They got a 2-point lead. O'Neal cut off in the corner. Torres mid-block, jump shot, no good. Thibodeau, the weak side board. There's Greco, big step-through move, but ran out of room under the rim. Ellis with his 6th rebound tonight for Trinity.
Yeah, good rebound, good defensive play too. He was there. He was there for a shot. He just kind of, like you said, no room to shoot the shot.
Inside of 3 minutes remaining. Dunker for 3.
That's huge. That's a huge basket. The teams aren't shooting that well.
Well, Dunker in double figures now. He's got 12. The lead 5 for Trinity. Skip pass. Rogers trying to make it a 2-point game again, and he will.
What's Rogers do? Rogers shoots threes, right? That's what he does. He shoots threes.
Had a word for the defender Torres after the make, and
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's such a good idea right now.
An immediate timeout called there by Coach Holmes as his team slashes the Trinity lead down to 2, 67-65.
Now, you kind of decide, too, here, if you're Coach Holmes. They haven't shot very many free throws. They're 0 for 2. If you're down 2 and they decide to slow it down again, you're going to have to foul anyway. Just because you want to try and maybe you're going to have to put them at the free throw line here as we go forward so that if they do decide to hold the ball, you're going to have to get it back. I mean, they've gotten steals. They've managed to get the ball or get the game tied and all that. But you want to see how is Trinity going to play this last 2:30? Are they going to try and hold the ball again and do the same thing they just did and hopefully not turn it over? But, I mean, good grief. We've got 19 turnovers versus 16 turnovers. And so neither team is really taking care of the ball very well tonight at all. And going forward, you got to make sure, what do I do defensively with that if they're going to hold the ball? What do you do?
Well, if you're just joining us, both teams really had some turnover issues in that first half. It's ironed out a bit since. Exeter trailed by 3 at the break, by 7 after 3. But we're able to outscore the Pioneers 9-2 in that fourth quarter to force overtime. What's on the line? Well, Trinity wants their 6th straight win. Chance to improve to 9-3 and cap off a 3-game road trip. There's a big bucket off the window for Devon Ellis.
It's a huge basket. I'm glad
He's
they
the game's
attacked.
high scorer now with 19.
I'm glad they attacked the basket and didn't just settle for holding the ball. I like that. Just keep
Exeter,
attacking.
meanwhile, looking for their 3rd win in 4 games. 3-pointer up and in.
Yeah.
It's Brady Rogers again, his 6th from downtown. 1-point game inside of 2 minutes. O'Neal trying to get the step on McNeff. Ellis in the lane is fouled.
Yep, definitely got fouled. Oh, we're finally getting some more free throws here. Ellis hadn't been to the line yet.
The senior got hit in the face.
This is the best game I've seen him play, I think. In the first half, he was really, really good. Second half now, he's kind of come alive and started to hit some shots again. He's got 4. He's got about, 6, 7 rebounds.
One of the more recognizable names amongst basketball circles statewide. He's a 4-year starter. Standout football player as well. That free throw is in and out.
Got to make free throws. They're tough sometimes in the end like this when you're tired, right? Aim for the back, bend your knees, make some free throws. He'll be all right.
Coach Holmes issuing some orders here from the Exeter sideline. Meanwhile, Ellis had a word for his teammates at the line. Knocks down the free throw.
You're saying don't let Rogers have an open 3, right? That's what I'm saying. He's going to guard him.
2-point game.
And
Minute 45.
Look who is tasked with himself with guarding him, too.
Yep. It's Ellis trying to deny Rogers the ball. Meanwhile, Whalen frees himself up. They got the scooper off the window.
Whoa! What a shot.
A little bit of a windmill finish there for Whalen.
Wow.
Just his 2nd field goal ties the game at 70.
He ran out of room just like Greco did on the other play. He ran out of room.
Dunker for 3. In and out. O'Neal crashing the glass. Ball loose in the lane, and Whalen comes up with it for Exeter. Rogers trying to stay hot. 3-pointer. Back iron miss. Dunker looking to run. It's a 2-on-1. Finds Ellis, and there's the layup and the foul.
Not the best time to shoot that 3, I don't think, there. You're only down. You're tied. Let's get a really good shot. Let's get a good basket. I know he shot well. He missed, maybe 1 or 2 shots, but
that one a little too deep, a little too early.
If you can get a 2, you take some time off the clock, get a 2, then you're ahead instead of now playing from behind again.
So Ellis, chance for one more, trying to pad this 2-point lead with 1:02 to go. Right-handed free throw is too strong. McNeff the rebound.
McNeff has played well, I think, too. McNeff has played very well.
He's not scored since halftime. He had 12 at the break. Exeter going to take their time here, trailing 72-70. Pioneer bench chanting defense. Rogers gives it up. McCarthy make a Cartwright for 3 up and in.
Off the bench.
That's his first bucket since halftime. 7
3
for Jack Cartwright. None bigger than that bucket there.
That was the microwave early, right? He had a couple baskets when he came off the bench.
Ellis down the lane. There's contact but no whistle.
Now who can hold the ball now?
Exeter with the ball in a 1-point lead. The clock ticking. We're down to 17 seconds. And a foul is called in front of the Exeter bench as McNeff was knocked down.
Exeter wants a timeout as well. They were trying to call timeout and they got hit.
Ellis commits his 3rd foul. And now Coach Holmes will get his timeout.
He will. And guess what? Now you can definitely hold the ball and shoot free throws. They got 1 foul to give, right? So you got a foul, boom, boom. So you get put Exeter at the free throw line. Have to.
Yep. team foul situation is as you described.
Right?
Three
Is
against
that what
Trinity.
That says up there? 3
Yep.
and 2?
3 against Trinity, 4
3 or 4
against
I'm sorry,
Exeter.
3 or 4, yeah. Oh my! I'm fouling right away. So ball goes in bounds. I'm fouling right away if I'm Trinity, and I'm fouling right away again. Put them at the line because 17 seconds is not. It's tough to hold the ball for 17 seconds, but not as tough as it was when Trinity tried to hold the ball there before. So this is wow, what a change! The worm has turned.
Yep, it has. Again,
Wow.
Trinity led by as many as 7
They led the whole game
in that
right?
fourth quarter.
Was
Led
it-
most of the way. Exeter had
Was it an early lead?
a couple of brief leads in that first quarter.
Okay.
And led by as many as 5 here in the overtime
Yeah.
session as well. Scored the first 5 points. But Exeter, with that never say die attitude, they have come back. And now it's theirs to lose with
It is.
17.8 remaining. Blue Hawk ball with a 1-point lead.
They now have to make free throws too. When they get there, they can't turn the ball over. Look how many times they've turned the ball over now. You got 19. You simply can't turn the ball over. And they have 2 timeouts left. So if they can't get the ball in, right, just call timeout again.
And it goes to Rogers. When do you give the foul?
Right now, you got to foul right away. You got to foul now.
Clock
you gotta foul
continuing
now.
to
You gotta foul
tick.
now.
We're
You
down
gotta
to
foul
7
now.
seconds, and now the foul is given.
Oh, they gave
with
11.
6 seconds remaining.
11 seconds off the clock, Nick. That's 11 it went off. And they're not shooting yet.
That's right. They had 1 to give. So now 4 team fouls each way.
You got to foul immediately. Like on the last one, I just – because you still have – well, you got that 1. Okay, so you can get this one. They're shooting free throws.
And it comes Rogers is pushed down by Ellis.
Well, it's a good foul, though. He's shooting free throws, and he's a good shooter. Let's get, hey, he can shoot threes. Can he shoot free throws? Let's see.
We're going to find out. It's his first trip to the line.
That's another thing, too. They get 2 every time. So all of a sudden he makes these 2, right?
Yep, it's a 3-point game.
3-point game.
All right, so 2 on the way. There's 5.2 seconds remaining.
If he makes these 2, they get timeout. I'm calling timeout. I'm backing up.
The senior with no problem.
Or go man, back up to half court, go man, and say, all right, put one guy in the ball and, try and just don't give up a 3. Don't give up a 3. Let him drive to the basket. Just
What a
don't
great
give up a 3.
performance tonight for Rogers. 6 3-pointers. Knocks down the free throw. And it's just gone 2 of 2 at the line.
Those are huge money free throws. See, now you're playing man.
5
Just don't
seconds
give up a
left.
3,
O'Neal
right?
into the front court. And Coach Farmer is going to call a timeout with just over 1 second remaining.
Okay, now here's another one, right? We're going to go. This is theoretical. This is all coaching philosophy things too, right? You can't do the advance the ball thing. That's not a thing. I'm not sure
I think
what
Coach
he's wanting.
Farmer, I think he's trying to find out where the ball is going to be inbounded.
The ball is going to be right where this official is, right here at the top. Because he let him dribble. The problem was you didn't call. You have to either say you call timeout before that and you set your play up because you don't have enough time right now to dribble that far up, and now you got 1.3 seconds to get. It's going to have to be a very quick shot, obviously.
And it's
right?
going to have to be a 3.
It's going to have to be the 3, no matter. I'm going to guard way out. You just push way out. But I've seen this happen before. It happened to me before. Guys have hit 3s and made it and tied it up again or won the game.
Well, you and I have seen some wild finishes.
Oh my gosh, yes. But here's the funny thing too. You can tell these kids, and this goes for everybody. I shouldn't say just the kids, but high school kids especially because they're younger. You can tell them exactly where to go, exactly where to stand, exactly what to do, which is probably what he's doing right now. And he's doing it defensively as well.
Yep.
And somebody's still going to go on their own and go, oh, boy, I'm going to go do this instead because I can get this and we're going to win. And then you make a mistake and they get a shot and they tie it up again.
All right, here we go.
What's going to happen? This is exciting.
Trinity down 3, 1.3 seconds remaining in overtime.
Oh,
Exeter's at a man-to-man. Ellis will inbound.
I want Doherty to shoot this one. Doherty or Dunker who can shoot deep.
Ellis looking. O'Neal is open. Flashes open. 3-pointer to tie it is off target, and that will do it.
That's heartbreaking.
Exeter, they come from behind in the fourth quarter.
Heartbreaking.
They fall behind early in overtime, but
good look, though.
They are led by Brady Rogers and Nick Greco to get the job done. Their third win in their last 4 games. They improved to 7-4, and they snap.
They did.
Trinity's win streak.
My goodness.
As the Pioneers fall to 8-4. Coming up, a full recap of this nail-biter. Stats, highlights, analysis, plus we're going to see if we can get Coach Holmes, the longtime Exeter head man, to join us live here in the stands. More in a moment. Overtime. Exeter a win, 75-72. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
You guys are always on the short list of contenders, so keep it up. All right, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
More fans. We have more fans.
Fourth quarter. And a gutsy win for Coach Holmes' club, as they've now made it 3 of their last 4 overall. Trinity, after a 5-game win streak, they fall back to the pack a bit at 8-4. This one got off to a pretty good start. Some pace in that opening few minutes. Then the turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers.
Reared their ugly head,
They
I'd
did
say.
rear their ugly head.
About midway through
Absolutely.
that first half. Both teams did finish strong before half, and the first 2 quarters were in the books. Trinity held a 40-37 lead going into the break. Second half, well, more of the same if you're Trinity. They extended their lead to as many as 7 to begin the fourth quarter, but then dried up a bit in that fourth quarter. Only scored 2 points that allowed Exeter to get back into the game and ultimately prevail in overtime. We're joined now.
Don't play not to lose.
By longtime head coach Jeff Holmes. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
That's a gutsy win.
win.
As we just said. Your team trailed most of the way tonight, but managed to hang in there. Got some timely buckets down the stretch. Your defense came alive in that fourth quarter. Your thoughts overall on what must be one of the bigger wins of the year for you guys, right?
A great win against a good team for us. We were really struggling trying to stop them for the first 3 quarters, but I give our guys credit. They stuck to the fight, and we played a great fourth quarter and overtime. So that's a good team, and they're a well-schooled team. And Devon Ellis is a heck of a player. We had a hard time containing him. And they're well-schooled. Coach Farmer's doing a really nice job with those guys. So great win for us.
Coach, we saw your team against Pinkerton about a month ago, and in my mind, much improved. You feel the same? Your guys getting better week in, week out?
Yeah, I think so. I've told our guys I think we have we haven't reached our ceiling. Okay, we keep, got a lot of guys that only returned basically 2 kids who saw minutes last year. So, we got kind of a whole new crew, and they're starting to come together. And getting a win like this in a pressure situation in the fourth quarter is big for us.
Seems like you got a lot of guys contributing as well. A deep rotation. Is that one of the strengths of your team?
Yeah, we've talked about that. We're a little bit better when we share the ball. When we take 3 or 4 passes to show a little patience versus coming down and, hucking a quick one.
Right. Yeah,
and
that's noticeable, yeah.
We've kind of done that the last couple games we did against Portsmouth. And so it's, I have 6 guys that have scored double figures somewhere down the line this year. So, we do have some balance there.
I was impressed with the improvement. To me, seems to be with Greco and Thibodeau. And Thibodeau's what, a sophomore, 6'7" sophomore?
Yeah,
Those
Jack,
two.
Yeah, Jack keeps getting better. He's a sophomore, and he started the year playing probably 6 to 8 minutes a game, and now he's starting, and he's coming along. He's going to be a good player. And Nick's been pretty solid for us all year. Tonight he had he really wanted the ball in crunch time tonight, which was nice to see.
Yeah, he did. And you handled. We saw Trinity press the other night against Merrimack. And they forced, 27 turnovers. I mean, both teams tonight turned the ball over quite a bit. I mean, you'll go look at that later and be not happy. I get that. But you handled their press very well. Did you guys see any film on that and kind of go over it? Because you got back-end easy layup after layup. So
yeah, we saw a lot of film on these guys, and I've watched them quite a bit. I knew this was a big game for us. And we did a pretty good job with our press breaker.
You did.
In their zone press. We did have some careless turnovers, especially early. To get us in the hole a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what happened. I think you switched it around. We were talking about that early turnovers first half. Second half got a lot better, but you still handled that press. They didn't run that run and jump trap that they ran the other night very much against you. I don't think they felt confident. You guys were better than they were inside, I think, too. That really helped.
Yeah, we got more size, and with Thibodeau and Greco inside, they're very. I told our guys, they're a tough matchup because basically they're 8 guards out of their 9-man rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So they're a tough cover for. We had a hard time stopping them. So I'm happy we got the win somehow.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
Coach, next week a pair of home games, right? Timberlane, and then Concord. A chance to maybe get a little separation in the standings. What are you looking to accomplish? Not just next week, but next month, leading up to the tournament.
Yeah, I've been doing this for so long. I just go one game at a time, and I know we play Timberlane here on Friday, so we'll focus on that one and take one game at a time. And you guys know our league. Take away Pinkerton and Bedford, it's anybody can beat anybody on any night. So
yeah, you saw that, right? Dover, right?
And Dover
upsets Pinkerton.
So.
Yeah, that's an upset. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of get high school basketball. You're going to come ready to play each night. So.
Coach, congratulations.
Right,
congratulations.
Thank you for joining us.
Good luck, too. Good luck.
We appreciate
it.
Good luck moving forward.
All right. Thanks for all you do.
That's long-time head coach Jeff Holmes.
Long time.
A 75-72.
Got the hair to show it. We both have the same hair.
Overtime win. Yeah, we're all in the same club, I think.
It's a good hair day.
In that
good
regard.
hair day, Coach.
How about some final numbers as we tally them up kind of on the fly? We'll start with Brady Rogers. Why not?
Ooh,
Had
was
6
easy.
made three-pointers, 2 crucial free throws in overtime.
Yeah.
How about an even 20 for the senior guard?
He became, I think he was our leading scorer on just those threes and the free throws, right? He became all of a early, and then hit a few more. So you see the game is such now that the 3-point line. Oh, it's devastating. If you got a guy that can shoot like that, and because Devon Ellis hit 3. So Trinity overall, though, hit 3, 5, 12. Trinity made 12 threes versus 9 for Exeter. So Trinity plays that way, right? So we know they're a 3-point shooting. And Coach Holmes just said it, right? A guard-heavy team. 8 of their 9 players in the rotation are guards. And even Ellis, really, if you look at him, he's the size of a normal guard. He's not a
2-guard.
He plays a forward because he's sturdy and he's strong and he rebounds well.
Play all 5 spots.
Yeah,
really,
he can guard big guys. He can guard smaller guys because he's quick and he's strong. But they rely on that 3-point shot, and tonight it was turnovers and not scoring any points hardly in the 2 points in the fourth quarter is not going to do it. And you can't. Now this is great. Coach Farmer wants this now, though. He wants this early.
Sure.
It's still, I wouldn't say it's early, right? We're 12 games
almost
in,
probably 2/3 of the way.
2/3 of the way. So it's not early anymore. So now we're in that second run, right? Second part. So he will look at this and go, okay, and he's probably done it as a player. When you play not to lose in the end, you most times can't hang on
Right.
like you think you can. If you have a minute or under, I think you can do it. He tried to do that to me, it didn't feel like to you mentioned it, with about 5 minutes left to go in the game, right? They started to do that, or maybe even throughout the entire fourth quarter. They kind of slowed down, passed the ball around, had some turnovers, 5-second calls, little things, right, that you go, as a young coach, you meant, you know what? Because that's hard not to do. It's hard to not, here in this state with no shot clock, to not hold the ball.
Right.
He's played as a player with a shot clock.
Right.
So it's different.
Other numbers for Exeter. They had 4 guys in double figures. 8 guys score total. Jack Thibodeau, the sophomore, 13 points. Nick Greco did a lot of damage in the fourth quarter, ended up with 12, also a game-high 7 rebounds. And Nate McNeff carried them in that first half.
He did.
With all 12 of his points before the break. For Trinity, Devon Ellis ends up as the game's high scorer with 22 points, 15 of those in the first half. Kevin Doherty had a big third quarter. 11 of his 16 came in that frame, and Evan Dunker scored 8 of his 12 after halftime. Jordan Torres, also in double figures, 13 points, all in the first half. Justin, your final thoughts?
Well, again, too many turnovers for both teams. I think they're both getting better. We saw Trinity play the other night. I think they're getting better still. They lost tonight, but Exeter, too, is getting better. You got to make sure that you get to the free throw line. And Trinity is a good shooting team. They went 1 for 5. They shot 5 free throws.
Line, yeah.
1 for 5 from the free throw line. They only shot 5. The other side, Exeter, makes 6 free throws, and they shot, 8? 2, 4, 6,
Sounds right.
9. 6 for 9.
Yep.
So even that little disparity in free throws, Parker Rogers goes to the end of the game, makes those 2 free throws.
Yep.
Big free throws
Big
at the
free
end,
throws.
right? So free throws, you got to make sure you make them. And you tell every coach in high school says the exact same thing. Hey, we got to make free throws because guess what? They're free. You get tired, shoot more of them, and hopefully you shoot better. Sometimes you just don't. But 2 teams that are getting better and could be threatening in the playoffs, I think.
Coming up Friday night, we're right back at it. A little bit of an earlier start time in Derry as Pinkerton plays host to Wyndham at 6 o'clock Eastern Time in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week. Want to thank Coach Ball and his staff here at Exeter.
The legend that is Coach Ball.
Helping us out. Always appreciate Coach. And we want to thank Coach Holmes as well for jumping on after the game. Some good stuff there from the long-time championship-winning head coach.
He's a Hall of Famer. In this state, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Hard to argue. Hard to argue.
I think he's won 2 titles here. Every year their program is good. To me, he's a Hall of Fame coach in the state of New Hampshire. No doubt.
All right. I want to thank our crew here as well. John Barron, Kat Doyle, not only shooting the game tonight, but working hard behind the scenes to make sure we were up and running. So appreciate Kat and John. And, of course, the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. The whole thing overseen by the executive producer, Steve Beals, down in the Sunshine State.
Don't get me started again.
Final score, final time, in overtime. Exeter 75, Trinity 72. For Justin Gorham, I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. It's been our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.